Welcome to Animal Atlas. Come with us around the globe and explore the animal world and its jungle animals and desert creatures. We'll meet wildlife on the savannah and see our underwater friends. And animals from the Arctic Circle. Anywhere, everywhere animals live. It's always an adventure. Today on Animal Atlas, we're going to meet a group of fascinating animals whose true identity is veiled in mystery and hidden behind some of the most clever masks in the animal kingdom. Who, you ask? Well, with long, long tails and radiant eyes. This animal looks like, yes, a small dog. A small dog that climbs trees? Maybe not. Okay, maybe a house cat. Cats climb trees. But a cat that eats fruit? Maybe not. Look at those furry feet. Whoa, sort of reminds you of tarantula legs, doesn't it? The animals who you will meet today are lemurs. But what's a lemur? Well, there are 88 surviving types of living lemurs divided into 5 families. Among the true lemurs are the ring-tailed lemurs, the black and white ruffed lemur, the red ruffed lemur, and the brown lemur. But what exactly is a lemur? At first glance, you might think lemurs resemble meerkats, who are also not cats, but members of the mongoose family. But our lemurs seem to be at home in the trees, while meerkats seem to prefer burrow living. Let's take a closer look at the ring-tailed lemur. Aha! Think you've got it? With that distinctive face mask, pointy nose, and striped tail, it certainly seems that our lemurs might be close relatives of the raccoon. Or his close relative, the coati. But look again. See those feet? That doesn't look like the hind foot of any raccoon anywhere. That's a thumb-like great toe, which is characteristic of primates. Did we say primates? Absolutely. Monkeys are primates. Whether they are arboreal or tree-dwelling, New World monkeys like this agile squirrel monkey, or whether they're Old World monkeys, like this handsome mandrill, walking along in quadrupedal fashion. Apes are also primates, from the distinctive red-haired orangutan to the mighty knuckle walker, the gorilla. Or the smaller apes, the gibbons, and siamangs. Humans are also primates, and so are lemurs. Hold on. Okay, up in the trees, it's true. A lemur might be mistaken for a gibbon. Here's a lemur up in a tree. Here's a gibbon. Same branch-sitting posture. Here's a lemur. Here's a gibbon. But that lemur face, as captivating and as cute as it might be, is not the face of a primate as we think of monkeys. Or apes. That's because lemurs, along with lorises, tarsiers, and bush babies, are prosimians. Prosimian means before the ape. They're considered primitive primates because they have a smoother brain and a wet, bare nose pad. And it is this distinctive fox-like nose and striking eyes that make them seem very different in appearance than other primates. What's absolutely amazing about these house cat-sized primates is that they come from only one place in the world, Madagascar. This island nation in the Indian Ocean, off the eastern coast of Africa, is the fourth largest island in the world. This fantastical place is the home of 5% of the world's plant and animal species, more than 80% of which are unique to Madagascar. Among these special animals are the lemurs. Once upon a time, Madagascar was attached to Africa, but it broke away. Geologically, the lemur's prosimian ancestors headed to the new island, probably via floating vegetation, while the rest of the primates stayed in Africa. And the lucky castaways evolved independently into our modern lemurs. About 2,000 years ago, humans arrived in Madagascar. And within about 400 years, 15 species of lemurs had become extinct. Now, all lemurs in the wild are in danger of becoming extinct. From the ringtail to the red-ruffed, Madagascar is no longer the lemur paradise it once was. When we come back to Animal Atlas, we'll learn more about the almost magical lemur. But first, let's see if you can guess this animal fact. The word lemur means A, prosimian, B, cat-like, C, long tail, or D, ghost. The answer coming up when we return to Animal Atlas. We're back. Did you guess the right answer to our question? The word lemur means, the answer is D, ghost. Yes, the word lemur comes from a Latin word for ghost. Many of the Malagasy, the people who live in Madagascar, believe that lemurs are similar to spirits or ghosts because of their haunting stare and sometimes spooky appearance. Most of the larger lemurs are actually diurnal, meaning they are active during the day. But it's their mysterious night activities that have made them into creatures of myth and legend. They have been known to walk about at night, like the legions of the undead. Ghost? Lemur. Hey, there is a resemblance. Spooky. The best thing about being mistaken for a ghost? In Madagascar, there's a taboo against killing these animals. No, their pending extinction is not because man preys on lemurs, like we do on the unfortunate gorillas, but because of deforestation and dwindling habitat caused by human expansion. No trees, no lemurs, at least not in the wild. Thankfully, lemurs can breed in captivity. This ring-tailed lemur mother has twins. Can you see them? These babies are just about a week old. Now, they cling to their mother's thick coat and nurse. At about 3 weeks, they will begin to venture out a little on their own and learn to climb like this pair of baby brown lemur twins. There's a lot for a baby lemur to learn. How to hang on tight. How to keep food in your mouth. Oops, or not. Oops. There's always time for playing, especially when you have a twin sibling. Though these two seem independent, they will stay with their mother for a year. Like these baby ringtails will. Ringtail lemurs are very social, and they prefer to live in groups averaging 15 to 30 members. And brown lemurs, too, are large group animals. But the red-ruffed lemurs prefer smaller groups, just 2 to 10 individuals, consisting of a mated pair and their offspring. Though the red-ruffed lemur and the brown lemur spend most of their time in trees, the ring-tailed lemurs are mostly terrestrial, spending most of their time on the ground. One reason we might have mistaken the lemur for a cat-like animal is because of its muzzle and those touch-sensitive vibrissae, or whiskers. See? We're used to seeing them on cats, of all sizes. But not on the smooth faces of apes. There are some other visible differences. The ring-tailed lemur's hind legs are longer than the front. See? While the ape's arms are much longer than his legs. And while the monkey's arms and legs are closer in length. No, ringtail's ancestors came down from the trees, and it still has powerful hind legs, strong enough for leaps of 9 feet in a single bound. Though most lemurs are agile tree climbers, they tend to prefer heavier and flattened horizontal branches. Unlike the gibbons, who tend to seek out the fork in the tree branches. Though lemurs have what we might call hands, their fingers aren't as dexterous as an ape's. And though they may grasp food with their fingers, they prefer to pick it up with their mouths. Lemurs can be tamed, which means that they don't fear or attack their human caretakers, but they wouldn't make good pets. If they can't live in the wild, then it's best that they live amongst themselves in specially designed cages or environments. Ring-tailed lemurs are dedicated sunbathers, especially in the morning hours. They sit with their legs extended, adopting what looks like a yoga lotus position to absorb heat and enjoy the day. This isn't to say lemurs don't know how to live in style. They've made branch reclining an art form. When we come back to Animal Atlas, we'll learn more of the lemur's secrets. But first, let's see if you can guess this next animal fact. Ring-tailed lemurs fight with their A. Tails, B. Teeth, C. Front claws, or D. Hind legs. Don't go away. The answer coming up right after this on Animal Atlas. We're back. Did you guess the right answer to our question? Ring-tailed lemurs fight with their... The answer is A. Tails. Their tails? Do we mean that they whack their enemies over the head with those long tails? Or maybe strangle them? No. In ring-tailed lemur world, to fight is to stink fight. Hey, maybe lemurs and some non-primates
have more in common than we realized.
Whew. We've already seen that the distinctive lemur nose is a bare, wet rhinarium. So it's not hard to imagine that smell is important in a lemur's world. Yes, they have a keen olfactory sense. Ringtails have a large stink gland, filled with smelly glandular secretions on the inside of each wrist, and males have one at each armpit. Lemurs normally use this as scent markings to establish their territory. But if an intruder shows up, the ringtail will draw his tail through both armpits, smearing the scent into the fur. Then it's just a matter of shaking the stinky tail in front of the intruder, and the intruder turns and runs. No bloodshed, but an effective weapon. A ringtail's tail is not just used for olfactory battle. It's also this lemur's most distinctive feature. Long, carried straight up with a cane crook at the tip, many zoologists believe that the tail is used as a form of identification for this almost terrestrial animal. No one with a tail like that is going to be lost in the woods. The red-ruffed lemur also has a long and distinctive tail. Looped and held aloft, this beautiful tail is used for balance, as is the brown lemur's tail. In much the same way the squirrel monkey uses its tail. These tails aren't grasping tails, but lemurs can swing it over their backs to use as a blanket for baby, among other things. Lemurs
Did you hear that? It's time for a lemur riddle. Are you ready? What's black and white and red all over? Anybody? You there! Do you know the answer? No, not a newspaper. A red-ruffed lemur!
These gorgeous animals are considered one of the most beautiful of all the lemurs. Weighing between 7 to 10 pounds, measuring close to 2 feet in length, red-ruffed lemurs have a thick red-orange coat, a black head, and a patch of white fur. See? Black and white, and red all over. This brings us to another important question. What's a ruff? You there, do you know? No? Okay. When you heard ruff, did you think rough, like rough skin? Maybe alligator skin? As opposed to the smooth as a baby's bottom dolphin skin? A red-ruffed lemur's kind of ruff is spelled R-U-F-F. What is that? Well, a ruff is a stiff circular collar worn by people in the 16th and 17th century. A lemur's ruff is kind of like a collar too, but of fur, not fabric. This black and white ruffed lemur also has a ruff, though because he's an elderly animal, his ruff is a little threadbare. But our red-ruffed lemurs are sporting impressive ruffs. Is a ruff the same as a lion's mane? No, the manes spring from hair growing all along the spine of the neck, like this horse's mane, while the ruff grows around the neck just like a collar. What's a ruff for? Among other things, beauty. No matter how old one gets. Lemurs, besides being olfactory communicators, communicate vocally as well. Let's see if we can get a lemur to talk to us. Okay, then I will try to replicate these sounds myself. Oog is a nasal sound that is used in maintaining group cohesion. Hree is a high-pitched sound used as a territorial call. Woo is the alarm call of the brown lemur. So now you've got something to say. Brown lemurs may not be as dramatically colored as the red-ruffed lemur or the ringtail or the black and white ruffed lemur, but their eyes are striking. What? How do I know that that's a brown lemur? Easy. It says so right on the bowl. Red-ruffed lemurs are some of the most arboreal of all the lemurs. Their home is truly in the trees. In captivity, fruit is always a favorite food. But in the wild, true lemurs don't confine themselves to just vegetation. Our friend the ringtail? Consider him an opportunistic omnivore, kind of like we are, open to eating just about anything on the proverbial table. Sure, there's the salad bar, ripe fruits, leaves, leaf stems, flowers and flower stems, but let's not overlook spiders and spider webs. Caterpillars, cicadas, grasshoppers, insect cocoons, birds, chameleons, and even dirt from termite mounds. Lemurs are monomorphic, which means that males and females are about the same size. This is also true amongst the gibbons. And what many lemurs and the gibbons have in common is that both have matriarchal societies where the females are dominant. But in reality, and perhaps unscientifically, all primate societies are dominated by the needs of the babies. From apes, to gibbons, to bonobos, to gorillas, to our lemurs. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not afraid of ghosts. And this isn't Madagascar, so these lemurs look pretty cuddly and sweet to me. Did you hear that? Hello? Is someone out there? What's that in the tree? Is that a ghost? Ah! What's a lemur?
Do me a favor and say goodbye, will you? Until next time on Animal Atlas!
Don't go away. Animal Atlas will be right back. Until next time on Animal Atlas. Once again, we've traveled the globe from North and South America to Africa and Asia to Australia and every fascinating place in between. We've met all kinds of incredible animals and learned some important facts about their ability to survive and flourish on our planet. And with our help, we'll make sure they're around for a long time to come. Join us next week for another amazing adventure on Animal Atlas.